My name is Ed. Just gonna do a little intro here. And my story is that I was able to, of 2024 January, all the way until June/July summer of 2024, I was able to lose about 60 pounds in that area, while I was able to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. And during the summer, I had such a great physique. I was going out, swimming, pools, beaches, and I just felt great. Like having that fucking aesthetic physique that I built for myself was one of the best feelings ever. And what comes with that is that you need to know how to diet properly. But right now, you just haven't developed the knowledge. You don't have the knowledge points. You need to unlock the knowledge of dieting. So I'm about to just straight up spit the diet advice that I use personally that helped me really just like dieting is extremely important. And if you're eating shit foods, you can train all you want, but you're not gonna get the results you want. So I'm gonna like teach you. I'm gonna make sure you unlock that skill of knowing how to diet properly. So let's begin. I'm gonna assume that you definitely want to lose fat because you're fat right now, just like I was. Don't worry. So I absolutely understand where you're at. Being like fat, having your belly just fucking exploding outside, and you can see that shit. Listen, it's not a great feeling. You want to lose that, and you also want to build muscle. And trust me, 100% possible. If I could do it, like 100% you can do it. My position was probably a lot worse than where you were at. And so, in terms of knowledge, I will say this. You there are basically four things. Let's simplify it to four things. We call it there's calories, and then there's your proteins, fats, and carbs. So, I'm going to really simplify this because a lot of people will get shit complicated. Like they will go into you need to do this type of diet, you need to do this type of diet, but like too much of like that overcomplication, it's like unnecessary, and that kind of is what's keeping you fat, what's keeping you not from pursuing your goals. And like I know what it was like. It was almost like I didn't really want to start training or dieting because I didn't know what to do because I just got information overloaded, and then I just fucking sat down and didn't ever end up really working out for a long time. Didn't ever really ended up dieting properly. Still eating shit food. It's because I didn't unlock the knowledge yet. But from testing, doing my own experimenting, and like following certain things and adjusting, that's how I managed to get all this knowledge, and that's what I'm gonna give you. So in terms of calories, now there's this thing with called calorie counting, where if you look at the back of the package, there's always calories and all the nutrition labels. People say that you need to count calories. People say that you don't need to count calories. People say you develop a disorder or whatever from counting calories. But like, bro, come on, you're stronger than that. So we're gonna count calories, but you might not want to because you might think it's a pain in the ass. When I tell you that you actually only need to count calories for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and from that you actually like gain so much experience. You gain your calorie counting XP, so that you like level up max level calorie counting XP, that you actually start to get familiar with how many calories a certain food has. Like I can look at a piece of toast or like any piece of bread, and like I kind of know it's gonna have around maybe like 120 to like 200 calories depending on the size. And I developed that skill basically just from counting calories for a certain period of time. Now it depends on how long you want to do it. Personally, I think I did it for like 2 months, and I got really familiar. And I was still kind of tracking here and there, but it was more so just for my own personal like wanting to know. And I would recommend that, like here every once in a while, track your calories again, just so you get a bit familiar. But it's actually not that big of a pain in the ass than you might think. If anything, it actually feels like a little video game you're playing, because this is how I thought about it. I'd be cracking like 4 eggs, and then like I'd put like about 100 grams of like egg whites in my breakfast, and then maybe like 2 pieces of toast. It's like 180, 200 calories, and like I'd plug that all in, and then you see like the little bar. It's just kind of reminding me of like a little XP bar from when I used to play like fucking League of Legends or Minecraft. I actually didn't even play much Minecraft, but it was a cool little addition. It's like it kind of did feel like a little video game. So don't be like afraid to try it. It's really helpful for the first bit. But once you think you've developed that skill enough, you've mastered calorie counting, which doesn't take long. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty easy. Especially, I forgot to say this, especially if you're eating the same foods over and over again. I would recommend you actually don't have much variety. And a lot of people say you need to have variety in your diet, you need to have all types of nutrients in foods. But that's not true. Like, you can, I mean, look at my transformation. I should have like a YouTube short showing transformation. I was able to, have that full transformation with basically eating the same shit 90% of the time. Like, maybe I'll have a meal out somewhere. Maybe I'll like switch it up. But it was mostly the same foods, like maybe different portions and shit like that. So I would actually recommend you eat the same shit over and over again, because you don't want to overcomplicate this. The minute you start to overcomplicate, what should I eat? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? Then that's when you start to like get over fatigued. Your brain is gonna get over fatigued from thinking about what if this, what if that, to the point where you just will end up eating shit food. You're like, okay, whatever, fuck it, I'm just gonna get McDonald's. So don't do that. In terms of proteins, carbs, and fats, there is like a ratio that you should eat them in, but that kind of gets a little autistic, where then you're trying to calculate the percentage of carbs and the percentage of fats. But like, honestly, like I kind of was hitting the ratio without even trying, but that's just because of, just in general, you probably will just hit the ratio without even trying. And in terms of protein, like I will give you specific food types, but I genuinely believe everybody's different and everybody likes different food. I'm not going to tell you to eat steaks like every day when you don't really like steak. Like, let's just say you prefer chicken or you prefer bison meat, whatever it is. But I'll give you like a general like foods you should eat in each category. And for proteins, you should definitely be eating meat. Like, if you're vegetarian, like you can make it work, but I'm sorry, bro. Like, you want to have the nutrients that are in meat. So eat meat. It's valuable. You I basically think you have to eat meat. There's like no exceptions. If you really want to build a great physique and you also want to have your hormone levels, your testosterone good, eat meat. That's like, you can eat steak, chicken, beef, like whatever you want. You must have meat in your diet every single day. Uh, Dairy and eggs also have protein in it, so make sure you have eggs. Eggs, 100% have eggs. Have whatever kind of dairy you want, except for soy milk. It's not even dairy. But just don't have soy milk unless you want to like crash your testosterone and like lose all your muscle and gain more fat. Sure, but like that's not what you're here for. So just never have any soy milk. It's a little side tangent. Carbs. Carbs. Eat fruits and vegetables are the best source of carbs. Make sure you cook your vegetables. That will like make it so your vegetables are actually taste pretty good and they're not boring. And also, you do have health benefits from cooking vegetables compared to eating them raw. And I would say bread is not bad. As long as you have like whole grain bread, like I think it might be called like ancient grain, whole grain, just like the shit with seeds in it, just to make sure that you're getting more nutrients. It might be a little higher in calories, but trust me, that nutrient difference from like white bread, Don't eat white bread. That's just terrible for you. Stay away from that. And then pasta. You can eat pasta. Like, eat it here every once in a while. But I would really recommend just sticking to your fruits, carbs, your fruits, veg, and whole grain, whole wheat. You know what I'm talking about. It's like the shit that looks like the bread that looks darker, basically. And for fats, honestly, I never like. There really isn't any specific food from fats, apart from when you cook your meat in like butter or olive oil. So that's what I would use. Use butter, olive oil, coconut oil. Kind of everything has like most things have fat in it. Most things also have protein in it. So your ratio should just be always have a protein and a bit of carb on the side. And you should have more carbs when it's around your workout period. So if you're working out in the morning, you should have carbs before and after, and the rest of the day have less carbs compared to the meal you had before. And this was just a general strategy. Now, obviously, I could make a whole like meal plan and give you a whole bunch of like specific recipes, but me personally, I never made any specific recipe. I always just took some foods and then I just combined them with other foods. Like I would take a steak and then maybe I'm feeling like having potatoes. I will just have steak and potatoes. Or maybe I'm feeling like I'll have some cooked chicken breast with some rice and then maybe cook some broccoli, steamed broccoli. Or sometimes I'll have I don't know, bison meat with some potatoes and veg. Like it really doesn't matter. You don't have to have uh, like a wide variety, just as long as you're having a good amount of proteins, like carbs and fats. Quality definitely is more important here. Yes, you can get all these nutrients from fast food, but realistically, you're gonna struggle 10 times more. Your energy is gonna suck if you're eating fast food instead of like real food, whole food. Your energy is gonna suck. Your body's gonna look worse. You're gonna gain more fat, and overall, it's gonna be harder for you. So focus on the quality of foods. Make some time to cook. Count your calories for a little bit. Trust me, it's not as bad as you think. And then once you've gained this experience, you'll be good. And then just stay consistent. Right? That's one problem is people expect to get results ASAP, but this is when you really need to just do the same shit over and over again and then adjust. And as you may think it might be complicated, but as you keep on going, your skill of dieting is just leveling up every single day. You just experience to the point where you get really good, like me, where I can just tell what a good meal is. I can tell what a bad meal is. So you just have to put in the experience. Like there's no other way. There's no amount of knowledge, like no amount of videos that you can watch. You can watch 100 videos on diet advice. You're never going to actually get good at dieting because you have to do it yourself. You have to gain your own experience. You don't like you might get like some knowledge points from watching a bunch of videos, but until you actually do it yourself, that's how you actually get like diet mastery. And then you'll be able to figure out what's best for you. Everyone's a little bit different. Some people might do really well with certain types of foods. Some people might hate certain types of foods. So make sure you figure out what's best for you through doing, not listening. I hope this helps you, bro. Uh, ask me any questions in the comments. Make sure you sub if you like my content. So take care, bro.